you willing to travel?
Yes, definitely. I feel I'm really into travelling and seeing the world, and I love languages, to learn languages. I did German, French and Italian at school, and I feel that being able to travel and work as well would be the dream for me, to be able to relocate.
So just carrying on with that, so you like travelling?
Yeah.
So you've got plans to see quite a lot of the world in the future, have you?
With work, hopefully.
Right, not without work. You don't have plans to move overseas in about 4 years?
No, there's no plans for me to move with that. If it was with a job, that I definitely would. I want to get my career before I don't want to just leave. And
it's quite a clever question because quite often on CVs people write, I like to travel. And then it's a fantastic question to put in an interview if you can't think of anything else, to say, I see you like to travel, have you got future plans? And someone who likes travelling will immediately say, oh, well, I want to go and see Africa and I want to climb Mount Everest, and the person will say, well, how does work fit into that then? So if you get asked about travelling, which is quite common, it's quite often done, that way that question's phrased is almost the way that you answered it, which is to say, actually, in relation to work, I'm very happy to travel, and I've got my languages, and you got that in quite nicely. That was good. Do you speak fluent then?
no, I made the Italian bit out, but I did German French. It wasn't quite good. I did the Italian bit out. I did it one class, but it sounded quite good. I did German and French, but more German than French. I could speak them kind of.
Can you?
No, not so much now, but I did. And I had to learn it again.
So wenn ich auf Deutsch sprechen, Sie könnten mit mir sprechen? Yes?
Yeah.
Oder? Okay. Many years ago, I went for an interview at Evershed, and chap there interviewed me for, I think it was a vacation placement, and I had on my form, because I was in Frankfurt studying German law, fluent German. Okay, so we turn up, he shakes my hand, Guten Tag, wie geht's dir? Oh, good, thank you. He started speaking German, conducted the vast majority of the interview in German, and shook my hand at the end. I went up and I collapsed on the street, and surprisingly I didn't get the job because I wasn't fluent German speaker.
Yeah.
So be very, very careful with languages, because a lot of solicitors speak another language just because it's the nature of the job.
How would others describe you? Oh, that's a horrible question. I don't know.
Don't look at me. That's personalised.
I don't know. So you can answer it from two perspectives, how you'd like to think they would or how they would. I would like to think that they saw me as a role model and as quite a confident person.
And finally, that's a fantastic answer, but it took you a long time to get there, so you'd be technically quite penalised for taking that time to get there. But those two things were good. Try to think of positive things. Don't really think about how other people think of you. Because if you start thinking like that, you'd be thinking, well, do they think I'm short and squat, or quite gormless at times? You can't do that. You've got to have an idea in your head of sort of adjectives, if that's the right word, to describe you. So they would think I'm confident, I'm outgoing, and I'm very enthusiastic. Full stop. Okay. So try to think positively. That's one of the keys to good interview skills. Everybody likes you. You like everybody else. You have no issues at all under any circumstances ever, and you get along with everybody you've ever met. Okay, and that is a very good way of approaching an interview, because it means that that in your head you're just thinking positive thoughts.
How do you deal with stress?
I think I deal with it very well actually. I've got a lot of stressful situations and yeah, I think I can maintain calm in quite stressful situations, and I try and think positively about things, so I try not to let stress sort of get on top of me.
Right, okay. That was one way you didn't know the answer you were going to give when you started answering, I think, because you sort of answered, and you gave a good answer to say that you normally try to stay calm in stressful situations. But then you went on a little bit too much. Like, oh, well, yeah, okay, and thought of a few more things. That particular question does get asked quite a bit, because it is a good one. And probably the best way to talk about it is firstly to accept that most people get stressed. I have heard people say, I don't get stressed, but if you gave that in an interview, I don't think anyone would believe you, to be honest. So you do need to accept that there are stressful times. And then you need to think about the ways that you normally deal with stress. So I play golf. So to deal with stress, I go and have a round of golf. Okay? If you know the partner plays golf, that's a fantastic answer, because then he probably won't not ask you any more questions and you just discuss golf for 10 minutes, which is good. So if you think of the things that you do to deal with stress, which is usually to do with work-life balance, okay, but to stay calm is also a good one. Don't go into the specifics. So when I get stressed, my tummy starts to hurt, and I need to eat drinks, and I need to deal with it that way. Don't keep away from that, which is what you were sort of getting into. So more think generally, if I'm in a stressful position, I like to do things to relax, such as golf, swimming, footballing, etc.